I am starting my Warframe journey again. Played for about 5-ish hours. I was really enjoying it. And then I believe actually on the Steam charts, they hit like a peak recently. I believe, wait, let me pull this up. It was like 120,000. Like Warframe is actually popping off right now. Warframe, like they're doing it. Where is it? They're down a little bit at the moment, but yeah, so it was 3 months ago. They hit 173,000 on December 9th, which is close to their all-time peak. Insane. I will say, Destiny 2 on the other hand, I just can't spell. I'm just so silly. Destiny 2 though. Oh, not looking too good, man. Oh, not looking too good. But let's check this out. Let's see what the deal is. Let's get our into it. Yo, Verf, have a good day, brother. I love you, man. I appreciate you. Let's do this. I like legendary drops.
Warframe is a wake-up call.
Gulp.
Look, the phrase is free to play.
This is a year old, by the way, but I promise you this August 9th, 2024, this is going to be way super relevant still.
And live service, whether by themselves or in combination with one another, don't fill players with a lot of confidence. And they shouldn't. Because they become synonymous with games and studios that are under-delivering on a product and service while asking for the absolute most from their audience.
I appreciate the follow, brother. Thank you. Wait, I'm going to turn off alerts just for now. I appreciate you, though, and thank you for the follow, brother. Thank you for the follow. Wait a second. I think I hit the wrong thing. Okay. But yeah, I appreciate you. Thank you.
More time, more engagement, more money, extracting as much as they possibly can while putting in the least amount of effort.
I appreciate you, Final Boss. I might be down.
Warframe is the most well-known yet under-discussed and underappreciated games in all of gaming. It's often referred to as the internet's best-kept secret, and I'm tired of it being a secret.
I'll be honest with you. I actually like low-key hated Warframe when I was playing Destiny. It was definitely a little tribalism in me when I was in like high school and college. You know what I'm saying? Like I was like, dude, why would I play Warframe? I just play Destiny. You saw how that went. And actually looking at the Warframe footage and playing it for the first time and whatnot, it is very good. And of course, obviously free-to-play games are super predatory, like gacha, etc. and whatnot. And this game does not seem to be anywhere near like that, which is cool. By the way, guys, let me know if you still hear the alerts. Thank you for the follow. I don't think you were able to hear that. You might have saw it, but I don't think you could hear it. Let me know, but I appreciate you, brother. Thank you.
For all intents and purposes, Warframe is the blueprint by which many of these free-to-play games and live service games should be following, but they're not.
Yeah, they should. It just doesn't make as much money.
It's tirelessly supported by its developer and by its community in a way that I don't even think any other game can even replicate. And once you guys hear about some of this stuff, it's going to blow your mind. Free-to-play and live service is supposed to be a way for developers to be able to deliver a smaller product and grow it over time. Be able to deliver a valuable service, a valuable product, and grow it while the community supports it. And that's the kind of game that Warframe is.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to be talking about today. Luckily, today's sponsor is actually the game that inspired Warframe. I've played World of Tanks multiple times over the years.
Yo, that's such a crazy Yo, me when I lost. Yo, bro, not a joke, by the way? No, it has to be. What are you talking about, bro? There's no way. Bro, this did not inspire Warframe. No, they legit did.
And this is an easy suggestion to make.
Listen.
World of Tanks is one of the longest
God bless him.
premium tanks.
Go play World of Tanks. Yeah, that segue was crazy. No, I mean, he is right, though. Technically speaking, free-to-play is supposed to be... It is supposed to be where you can kind of... You know what? I'll be honest with you. Fortnite, I think, is a really good example. It is free right now, right? Obviously, all the skins and stuff you could buy, but you can be a god at Fortnite and never spend a single dollar. Where Winds Meet? Why did Where Winds Meet pop off so much? It pops off because of the fact it's completely free to play. Nothing gameplay related or progression related is tied to you swiping. It's completely tied to cosmetics and shit, and that's fantastic. And that is absolutely lacking in the gaming sphere at the moment. So, yeah, it's a massive W to Warframe.
50,000 credits and
for not
7
being like
days
that.
of premium access. Plus, you'll get to try out 3 other Tier 6 tanks for 10 battles. Shooter, live service MMO with a third-person perspective. You play as a Warframe, you're dashing through levels, taking down enemies, farming up materials, currency, and other items so that you can continue to build more weapons and more Warframes to use. Warframes vary in their looks and abilities. Some of them play like a ninja, others like a battering ram or even a wizard. There's even a frame that...
Let me know if the video is too loud. It's a little loud in my ears. Just let me know for you guys.
Lets you create your own music so that you can buff other players. You have pets, ships, clans, PvP, personal housing, boss fights, a roguelike, a fighting game, open worlds, and more. It has consistently stayed in the top 20 of the most played games on Steam for over a decade now, and in doing that, there is something inherently special here. If we look at the game's player base on Steam, while it's not burning the world down with insane
because like literally we just saw that it almost hit a peak again. I think it's at like 80,000. So an additional 40,000+ is pretty fucking insane. That's not something to laugh at either. That's a lot of people.
Peaks, it's maintained its player base consistently since 2013, and it's only continued to grow. So how has Warframe made...
It's killing D2. Yeah, D2. The thing is, Bungie has become a shell of itself due to the fact that it's genuinely just been a very greedy corporation that only wants to rob you from money and consistently steals gear from you, recycles content, locks content out that you've paid for. I mean, at one point, I think it was legitimately $300 of DLC that I bought that was inaccessible to still certain raids that I can't play. At least in a game like this, it seems, from my understanding, because to my understanding was the game launched abysmally, right? The game was garbage at the launch from what people have told me, and they have continuously improved on it and just worked on it more and more and more, and players will respect you not only as a dev team, but the game itself to stick around, and if there happens to be maybe a rough patch come up again or soon, they will stick it out because they know, hey, these people are competent, and they listen to the community. And that is why I had this faith for gacha games. It will never happen. It is what it is. You got to, that's why, we're just doing other things as well. They will make the change, and that's the massive W there. So that's why it has such a great community. From what I've seen.
Success.
No Man's Sky without fake promises.
Talking
about pretty much.
And unlike many other live service games, why aren't we hearing people complaining about it or how it mistreats its players? Well, to answer that, we need to understand the game's history and that of its creators. Now, you may recognize the name Digital Extremes. Renowned for their early work on Unreal Tournament in partnership with Epic Games, they played a pivotal role in shaping the landscape of multiplayer first-person shooters. They were among the first to popularize key features like online multiplayer, power weapons, team deathmatch, and capture the flag, laying the ground for many of the multiplayer games that we play today. After parting ways with Epic Games, as Epic went on to make Gears of War with Xbox Studios, they decided to pitch their own game idea.
Is this what the game looked like back then?
Yeah, and they tried to...
Oh my god. Is this old Warframe? No. Dude, this looks like a PS2. Yo, that's crazy.
Do it for over a decade. That game was called Dark Sector. They struggled to find a publisher for this dark sci-fi MMO concept that they had, and ultimately Digital Extremes was forced into doing work for hire just to be able to keep the company afloat. The decision to take on work for hire projects while necessary for financial stability came with its own difficulties. The studio
looks
faced
like
a
Mass
cycle
Effect. No, dead ass. Also was good Blade. It looks crazy. That kind of makes me. I think we should react to like old Warframe footage. I mean, I'm sure he'll probably show more here, but it makes me want to like go through the history and see the evolution. Like, like when you watch League of Legends videos, like, dude, League of Legends looks like shit in 07, still looks like shit now, but goddamn, it really looked like shit back then. Holy
hiring employees for specific projects and then laying them off once that project concluded. This practice is commonplace for work for hire studios. However, it disrupted the lives of their employees and their families, a situation that the studio founder has regretted since then. He believed that publishers often lacked a clear vision, and that Digital Extremes would have been better off just focusing on smaller, self-controlled projects, as seen with independent studios that tend to produce higher quality work when they're given full creative control. Despite the continuous efforts to pitch Dark Sector to publishers, the studio continued to face rejection, primarily due to a lack of interest when it came to sci-fi games on the side of publishers, a sentiment that somehow never even changed even with the success of Halo. In a desperate move, Digital Extremes caved to a publisher's demands, shifting Dark Sector from a sci-fi MMO to a game that emulated the success of Resident Evil 4 at the time. This change involved transforming the protagonist from a space ninja to a CIA operative named Hayden Tenno, which strayed very far from the original concept. The new version...
is that why they call it Tenno? Like I see like people's Warframe, like, hold on, if I go to the Warframe category right now, it's like New Tenno or like Baby Tenno. Oh shit. That's actually pretty sick lore. That's actually John Tenno. I should have named my guy John Tenno. A little Easter egg. Okay. All right, that's kind of sick though. What the fuck? And also, I won't lie to you. I won't lie. I will say a Resident Evil 4 clone is fantastic. Dead Space was fantastic. I love Resident Evil 4. Greatest game ever created. So essentially the groundwork for XCOW. Yeah,
Of Dark
okay.
Sector struggled to be able to find an audience. However, it eventually did and gained respectable reviews as well.
Got it.
After the release of Dark Sector, the industry started to trend away from AA releases to AAA games, and this made for more issues at Digital Extremes. The studio, which had previously...
You could, like, I mean, there's only so many ways you could animate a shotgun reload, but that's literally, like...
...releases to AAA games.
That is...
And this made for more issues...
That is literally Leon's reload. That is absolutely Leon Kennedy's reload, bro. What is this? Dark Sector? How long is this game? How long is it? Like, is it a long game? Like, what's the runtime on this? I would not be, like... How long is Dark Sector?
...issues at Digital Extremes. The studio, which had previously worked on BioShock's multiplayer and The Darkness 2, found itself struggling to find any contracts as they began to dry up and publishers wanted to start making games in-house. Observing the success of free-to-play games like World of Tanks in 2010, Digital Extremes saw an opportunity in an emerging market. They didn't see free-to-play as a way to be able to milk players. They recognized and saw the potential to be able to create something smaller and grow the game over time rather than trying to pursue a traditional release. Facing imminent financial collapse with only 12 months of funds remaining, Digital Extremes decided to pursue a long-held vision for what used to be Dark Sector, and then was now codenamed Lotus. Within 2 months, they developed a working demo featuring spaceship raids and procedurally generated loot and layouts with an emphasis on co-op and PvE gameplay, recognizing there was a gap in the market. They approached free-to-play publishers asking for support, but they were getting rejected yet again. Undeterred, Digital Extremes decided to self-fund the project with only 9 months of funds remaining, wanting to give it their all rather than simply just walk away. The development of the alpha version of the game saw significant involvement from Rebecca Ford, an intern who led the creation of their community team. This team was crucial in gathering and responding to player feedback, a strategy that helped shape the game's development and ultimately its success. Embracing the success of Kickstarter campaigns that were going on at the time, Digital Extremes introduced supporter packs.
I know a developer that hasn't delivered on their Kickstarter. He actually blocked me on Twitter a couple days ago. If you guys know anything about if you guys know anything about this guy, dude, hasn't made his game yet, or at least it's not released. Don't know what's going on with that Kickstarter, but yeah, Grums, you fucking loser. I despise that guy. Okay,
packs to raise additional funds. This approach, while initially slow, proved ultimately effective and demonstrated that there was an audience for their game. Thus, Warframe was born, a game over a decade in the making, who had faith in itself, scorned by an industry nobody else wanted to make it except for them. It released into beta on Steam in 2013 to over 20,000 players and has only continued to grow since.
It's just so I like, obviously games evolve and whatnot. It's just so weird looking at this. Rebecca's creative director now. Oh, okay. Steve Sinclair was lead, went to Soulframe, and Rebecca took. Yeah, Soulframe. Is Soulframe's beta still open? I feel like I still have access to it. I think I had it downloaded on my old computer. I never played it because I was stupid and greedy. It's always open, bro. It's alpha. Maybe I should download it. Maybe we should play it. Like I have access to the alpha. I just have not played it. I think that's a lie. I think I launched it for like 10 minutes and I got busy. But yeah, looking at the graphics from now, again, like 2013, obviously massive different from 2026, but it's just kind of crazy to see how far this shit evolved.
Game. Thus, Warframe was born, a game over a decade in the making, who had faith in itself, scorned by an industry nobody else wanted to make it except for them. It released into beta on Steam in 2013 to over 20,000 players and has only continued to grow since. Over the years, I've come to realize that the vast majority of the studios that we grew up loving, the games that we grew up loving, the biggest studios and publishers that are out there all came from very similar humble beginnings, but the vast majority of them forgot about it. And the ones that don't end up being the ones that are the most loved and appreciated. Look at Larian Studios. Their story is almost identical to Digital Extremes. They started off making their own games to limited success. They did work for hire for a while just to be able to keep the doors open. When that industry started to dry up and move away, they went to go make their own game in Divinity Original Sin. They danced with bankruptcy, almost losing the entire studio. but they found an audience that wanted to support it. And now look at them. Baldur's Gate 3 is heralded as one of the greatest games of all time. They blew up, as they deserve to do so. When I look around the industry right now, I see a lot of studios that are making games not because they want to make them, but because they're profit motivated.
Dude, oh my God. What I would give to go back to, like, I don't know, man. What I would give to go back to, like, playing games in, like, 2013, 2014, 2015, even 2016, like, holy shit. Now everything just sucks. Like, it honestly is pretty unfortunate. I mean, Claire Obscure is obviously an outlier. He said Divinity. Divinity is great. Witcher 3 was fantastic. Even, like, something like, what was that game that to state make games you are passionate about 99.100% times you're gonna fail, but the 100% become successful? No, dead ass. I mean, like, realistically speaking, always going for, like, the quick the quick money, the quick cash is not gonna really come out to be the best longevity wise. Like, it's better to kind of be patient and passionate as opposed to sitting down and just trying to get as much cash grab from you as possible. What is this? Every time I launch What Night of Biz, it gets worse. Took them 2 months to do what it took the first to send in a full year. The complete misunderstanding why Warframe model works plus butchering systems is monetization in such a short period is impressive and sad. We'll watch Psyche's video tomorrow. I want to play Warframe today, but we will watch Psyche's video tomorrow. I'm down. Remember when Assassin's Creed was old? Yeah, dude, just like, like E33, that's a really good example. 30 people. Now, obviously, they did use generative AI for 3 posters, so they all should deserve to go to hell. In Minecraft, it's a joke. It's a joke. It's a prank. It's a prank. Before I get a comment, it was a joke. But yeah, it's honestly pretty unfortunate, man. AAA gaming, they're dying. I remember I saw an article recently. I can't remember if it was a Microsoft CEO or someone was like, "Oh, I don't understand how games like Peak and Lethal Company and these free games pop off." It's like, well, these games are going to pop off because they're $5, $10. You can play with your friends. You have tons of fun with them. And then even like gacha games, don't get me wrong, gacha games have so many fucking problems, so many issues, but it is extremely easily and accessible to people, and especially countries like Southeast Asia where they might not be able to get a computer or a console and shit. And sometimes the motherfuckers got better quality than AAA games, right? Again, the gambling shit is garbage, but very, very sad state where my gambling simulator is the best. Based, absolutely.
Purely profit motivated. They no longer look at players as anything other than tools for making money, and that's it. Rather than looking at them for what they actually are, which is a means to be able to deliver a higher quality product, use their feedback and their information to be able to earn their money, and then by extension, make your game even that more popular. Because when players are happy, they tend to talk about it a heck of a lot more.
For sure.
And I've also noticed that, games are a form of art. And without soul, there is no art. And in the case of games, I think a lot of players are starting to wake up and realize they can see it in your trailers, they can see it in your gameplay, they can see it when the soul isn't there. And when they know it's there and they see it's there, they're into that game. But when they don't see it, they don't want to.
What are the games you think, Tillian? I'm trying to think. What are the games you think it's been stacked? I think it's a little doomer to say we're in a town run. If anything, we're more in a golden era than we've been past 2 to 3 years. Absolutely stacked. I can't think of a massive AAA game that went crazy other than Claire Obscure. Starfield, is that what it's called? That shit was garbage, or whatever like the Bethesda game was. Elden Ring. When did that come out? Elden Ring, Claire Obscure is in AAA. It's AAA quality. It's definitely AAA quality. Yeah, I'm referencing AAA. AAA's down bad. Assassin's Creed Shadows. Oh, yeah, I don't know about that. Also, what up, Blank? What up, baby? Yeah, I'm talking about Black Myth Wukong. Black Myth Wukong was good. I think we're seeing a lot of trash because we're near the dumpster, but it's a gourmet restaurant. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. I've actually never seen anything about that game. Baldur's Gate 3. That was a couple years ago. I'd say Golden Age for mostly indie games. Yeah, I don't know if I'd say Golden Age for AAA. I think AAA is pretty down bad right now. Like, specifically AAA games, I don't really think we have many that are popping like that. Wuthering Waves. Oh, brother. Oh,
have anything to do with it. And I think that's why we've seen a lot of games over the last few years fail.
Wuthering Waves is great gameplay, though. Wuthering Waves. Yeah, we're in AA and indie game era. Yeah, Call of Duty. It's so unfortunate because COD, like Warzone was actually really fantastic for the first year and a half. I believe it was... Let me pull this up. Call of Duty Cold War. This is when COD started to go downhill. Call of Duty Cold War came out November 13, 2020. This was the last good year of Warzone, in my humble opinion. In my professional opinion, this was the last good year of Warzone, good year of COD. After this shit, they got rid of the Warzone map, and then it was the same thing. Buy a $60 game. You then need to play multiplayer in that $60 game for an ungodly amount of time, do the most annoying fucking challenges to unlock a gun that you can then go into Warzone for free and use it. COD Modern Warfare 2, that's what it was. Modern Warfare 2 was garbage. Modern Warfare 2 was genuinely trash, and that completely ruined the fucking franchise 100%. And yeah, we'll try Arkanites tomorrow. We'll talk about them later, but yeah. Get Snoop Dogg and Nicki Minaj. Oh, true. We got Snoop Dogg in Call of Duty though. You right. You my fault though, G. My fault.
Digital Extremes started out with great intentions, to be honest with you. But that doesn't mean that they didn't make the same mistakes that many other free-to-play and live service games make time and time again.
If I said single player, my bad. It's everything in multiplayer. You had to do a bunch of things in multiplayer. That was the problem. It was the same thing with every COD for Warzone. Buy $6 game, play multiplayer. So if I said single player, that's on me. I'm a little autistic, you know. Yeah.
And that's with its monetization. But the difference is they learn from their mistakes.
Yo.
I don't think anybody can disagree with this. Recently, over the last few years,
yo, such a fucking difference from what we saw before. Holy
live
shit.
Service and free-to-play games
Jesus
have permeated
Christ.
through every space in the entire gaming industry. Every single company wants their Fortnite, Counter-Strike, Genshin Impact, whatever it might be, and of course they would, because they draw in revenues. It would make you wonder why anybody would ever want to make another full-priced game again. But with the introduction of free-to-play live service games, we've seen year over year, month over month, players are losing ground, losing choice, and losing their money.
Yeah.
Free-to-play has become synonymous with cutting content and player achievement and putting a price tag on it.
Destiny 2.
While the gameplay itself is free, the model has incentivized developers to paywall everything in the game or put in absurd time restrictions and hurdles for players to be able to overcome. Absolutely. Just so they can try to earn anything with their own time or their own skill. Studios today are incentivized to actively harm the player experience and lower the quality of the overall product, all in the name of higher profits. Digital Extremes was incredibly nervous about getting into free-to-play because they were afraid that they were going to do it wrong, and in fact, they did. At first, they started selling power, and it wasn't the reputation that they wanted to create for themselves. At the creation of...
This is what the UI look like? Bro, this shit looks like it's on Windows 98. Holy fuck. Jesus
Warframe, you could double the capacity of your mod or skill tree slots in your Warframes. However, there was no way to be able to earn this in-game, and the only way that you could get it was by paying for it with real money.
And you need to pay? Yeah, that's rough.
Early on, before the game's beta release, Digital Extremes saw the players' feedback regarding...
They did that Genshin Impact shit. Man. They did the Night Soul mechanics, locked behind character. That's $350. Yeah, I mean, they didn't get away with it, but listen, it's good that they didn't because their game is fucking really dope. But a lot of other games are definitely getting away with it. Yeah, it's very unfortunate. We used to struggle. Disgusting.
This issue and removed it and any other perceived pay-for-power microtransactions, vowing for fair monetization to be a core tenet of the studio moving forward. In that move and other changes that they made,
Bro's movement's phenomenal. It's fucking insane.
Due to their deep involvement in the early foundations of their games community, they fostered a positive community spirit and gained even more support. In an interview 6 years ago with Danny O'Dwyer of No Clip Documentaries, they mentioned how difficult it was for them to be able to find any marketing or visibility because at the time, nobody wanted to touch free-to-play games. However, the positive community that they had already started to culture, the fact that they had been listening to their community, ended up catching the attention of the late great commentator Total Biscuit, who came to cover the game and catapult its popularity into the mainstream. I think that this is one of the most valuable lessons for Digital Extremes or any company to learn, and it's that good things happen to good developers, especially those who treat their players as well as Digital Extremes and listens to their feedback. Game developers large and small need to recognize that they are providing a product and service to us, not the other way around. The expectation is on them to create.
He was a good WoW creator, yeah. Ooh, all right, we might fuck with him though, because we got to get on World of Warcraft. You know, okay, all right, mate. All right, hold on, I'll look him up later.
A fun,
I'll look him up a
fair,
WoW creator.
entertaining, and valuable experience in exchange for our money. When I see game developers posting on Reddit talking about how they hate gamers because of YouTube live stream comments.
I'm a professional game designer. I'm worried that I'm starting to hate gamers. Watching the gaming events on YouTube last month with the chat was an extremely disheartening experience. Every time a creator that wasn't a cis white man appeared on the screen, the chat was filled with messages calling the game woke or complaining about DEI. Every game that wasn't a shooter or hyper-casual competitive game online earns ZZZs. Wow, Zenless on Zero is really going out about it. Dude died. Oh, he passed away? Oh, that's unfortunate. Fuck. That's sad. That is sad. That's very unfortunate. That's very sad to hear. And then I checked Twitter. And it's just people complaining about MSG3 remake, and it's not yellow enough. People telling there are right ways and wrong ways to beat Ring. What's Ring? Okay. And people hating on the new Dragon Age because the trailer doesn't match the tone they had imagined for it. I've been people implying that the MC in the Fable trailer is ugly because it's a self-insert of some random level designer working at Playground, whom they deemed is not fuckable enough. I don't know if the internet's magnifying negative voices, doing what is best. It's just making me feel tired of gamers. I'll be real with you, man. Just close the Asmongold stream. I mean, like, that's Asmon's chat. Like, I'm sorry, like, it's the truth. But, like, just close the Asmongold stream. You know what I'm saying? Like, just watch someone else. I don't know what you want me to tell you. Like, fucking, you should not sit there and, like, categorize and say you hate all gamers because there's dumb people on the internet, right? It's just such a silly thing, man. Very, very dumb comment. You know, that's like generalization to the max is just such an L.
Or how a lead Starfield developer makes a Twitter.
Funny how disconnected some players are from the realities of game development, yet they speak with complete authority. I mean, I could guess what it takes to make a hostess Twinkie, but I don't work in the factory, so what the hell do I really know? Not a lot. Ooh.
Thread saying, funny how disconnected some players are from the realities of game development, and yet they speak with complete authority. I mean, I can guess what it takes to make a hostess Twinkie, but I don't work in the factory, so what the hell do I know, really? Not a lot. And neither of these opinions that these people have are in the minority of opinions. With what authority do players speak? With their money. They are your paying.
Yeah, I don't know. I was about to say, actually, like, in my honest opinion, I think there might be some people who could be super aggressive with their feedback, their criticism, etc., like 1,000,000%, and that is very unfortunate. But if I paid X amount of dollars for a game, like, I'll be real with you. You look at a game like Genshin Impact, Destiny 2. You could even say Wuthering Waves. You're frustrated with Wuthering Waves, right? Especially gacha games. If I'm paying hundreds and hundreds of dollars a patch, right? World of Warcraft, you pay $15 a month to play it. I think you absolutely have a right to fucking complain, you know? Ignore the people who are super disgusting and super horrible, and it's you know, again, you, as D says, you have to decipher good feedback and bad feedback, and everyone gets mean comments. I get waking up being told to off myself almost every day on Twitter. Like, it is what it is, man. What am I gonna do? Like, cry about it and stop fucking streaming? Like, that's just an L. Yo, Hit, I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate the follow, my go. Thank you. Dab me the fuck up. Guys, I don't think you can hear that alert. I got that shit muted. Let me know. But I appreciate you. Thank you. But yeah, I just don't believe, I don't subscribe to that. You know, again, people could be super, they could be assholes. It is what it is. Yo, DR, I appreciate you, brother. Wait, Dr. Mega. It took me a second. Yo, I appreciate you. Thank you for the raid. Dab me the fuck up. Hope you have an amazing fucking day, bro. Waylon, pause the vid. Yeah, no, but I agree. I think you absolutely have the right to complain for 100%.
Customers, paying customers. While players may not know exactly how to voice their concerns, and oftentimes will do it in the wrong way, you still should be listening to them because they are telling you that something is wrong with your game. And at the end of the day, all they want is a better product, which only serves to make you more money in the end.
It's like saying if you go to a restaurant and you don't know how to cook a steak, and then you order a well-done steak, which, by the way, if you do, you probably are a serial killer, and they bring it out and it's rare, you can't ask them to change the rare steak to a well-done steak. Because, like, well, what are you, a fucking cook? What are you telling me? Like, how do you not know? It's like, well, I don't know how to cook the steak, but I know the steak is not what I wanted, and it's not what I asked for and paid for. Yeah, I think it's a very simple concept. Again, you got to just weed out the people that are horrible and the people that are not, and go from there. Again, I can empathize when you see horrible comments and horrible things. I deal with that shit all the time. Like, I can empathize. Like, it can fuck with you. It really can. But at the same time, you have to separate yourself as a human from the attacks that they're making online, because that's the only way you're going to go about it and like last with it realistically.
You've seen developers stray from the side of players. However, how many developers have you seen remove a microtransaction from their game because players were using it too much?
That's crazy.
When Warframe introduced colors for their pet skins, they didn't realize that they had inadvertently created a gambling mechanic where players were trying to search for the rarest skin colors and the combinations that they wanted. DE saw that a player had rolled his pet's color 200 times and their stomach sank. Within a day and a half, they had removed the mechanic from the game and reworked it without the need for player feedback.
Yo,
the spirit
I appreciate
of that
you, brother.
can be found throughout the
you.
entire game. As of a recent update, now everything in the game, just about everything in the game, is earnable in-game with very few outliers.
I'm starting to think about it. I spent like $400 on Woowa in January. I think the devs might have made a mistake. I'm hoping that they could fix it for me. You know what I'm saying? They should have kept it in and added a weapon banner. Based. Make more gacha games. Based.
Warframe uses platinum as its in-game premium
I appreciate
currency,
you, Mega.
and it's fully tradable.
Thank you. Hope you have a great
Players
night,
can
man.
go
Thank
out,
you.
farm valuable resources, mods, weapons, and Warframe blueprints.
I haven't spent money on a gacha game in like 7 months, man. But I appreciate it. I mean, I've gifted people, but I haven't spent for me.
And trade with other players without ever even spending a dime. You would think that this is trapped behind some type of end game progression or something, right? No, you can start doing this within the first 15 to 20 hours of playing the game. I was already trading items with other players and stockpiling currency from the minute that I had started. While players still have the option to buy anything that they want from the game's in-game shop, all of those things, or at least the vast majority of them outside of cosmetics and color palettes, can be earned in-game. So,
Awesome.
Mr. YouTuber, that means that Warframe must have the most difficult and high-end equipment behind paywalls or something, right? It has to be insanely difficult to get. No. The pinnacle Warframes and weapons are called primes. You can earn these by cracking relics, and you get relics constantly while you're playing the game. When you go,
I will say this, I'm very impatient. I'm not waiting 12 hours. I'm absolutely swiping. Straight up, not going to lie to you. Don't fucking care. I'd rather just give them the money and get it instantly. It's just not happening. It's just not.
To do these missions to crack the relics,
Limbus Company?
you're
I know
playing
Limbus
with 4
Company's going
players, and all 4 of you can choose to use the exact same relic, which would then increase your chances of being able to get what you wanted, because everybody can choose from everyone else's rewards.
Okay.
Meaning that even if you're in a party that isn't coordinated and you're all running different relics, if you don't get what you want out of yours, you can just get a copy of somebody else's thing if it's more valuable. You can choose to get whatever you want.
It's really easy to
Every
farm
weapon,
them? Is it? Alright, y'all just trying to save money. You will come to the point where you have so much shit to level you won't notice the shit's cooking in the foundry? Okay. How do you re-roll in Warframe? Yeah, I don't know. Okay, bet. Alright, dope. Also, bro was literally flying, by the way.
Every
Like,
frame,
he's just actually
companion,
flying.
and
What the fuck
otherwise
is
is
this?
at your fingertips. You can earn your way through Warframe without ever even spending.
Wait, I'm not trying to be that guy. Why the fuck do motherfuckers hype up Anthem? It literally has better combat and he's flying.
You can choose to get whatever you want. Every weapon.
I can guarantee you this shit controls better than Anthem. I'm just saying. When I played Anthem like a week ago before that shit shut down, that shit felt like ass. I'll be real. We don't talk about the flying in Warframe. What's wrong with the flying in Warframe?
Every frame, companion, and otherwise
time is
at
different.
your
I guess
fingertips.
maybe
You can earn your way through Warframe without ever even
But this shit
spending a
looks
dime,
fire.
and many players have. There is no time wasting in Warframe. And what's even more crazier is that adding to this absurdity, they show players how not to spend money within their premium shop. If you go
I'm
to their
covering it, but
premium
yeah.
shop and look at any of the items available in it, next to every item, it tells you how to go earn that item
Which is
in-game
awesome.
rather than spending money.
This should be, well, I mean, you can't really do this in gacha games, but it should be legal for every gacha game, at least in America. I don't know about other countries, but it should be like legally obligated where you have to show how much money that item or character will cost on the side, since there's no other way to actually obtain it, so it could try to deter people from spending money. I know Genshin Impact does it. Obviously, because of the FTC shit, but it should be in WoWa, it should be in HSR, it should be in ZZZ, it should be in CZN, it should be in every gacha game. It absolutely should be. It is in Europe, great. I mean, it's amazing. It's 1 minute. Okay, bet I'm gonna open this on the side tab for after this. You know, this should be a standard. Like, if you can't, there's no way for you to obtain it in game without buying it, so that doesn't show the alternative. Then it should at least be there. I think all the gachas do it in the US. I'm pretty sure Chaos Zero Nightmare does not have that. I know Wuthering Waves doesn't have that. I don't even think ZZZ has that, to be honest with you. I think it's literally just Genshin. Like, again, please correct me if I'm wrong, but in the US, I'm pretty sure it's just Genshin. Because that's like the biggest one, right?
They teach players how not to spend money in their shop. But that doesn't mean that players don't support
the game. It has the price on the packs, but does it have the price on the banners, though? Does it show the price on the banners as well? Lots of gachas don't have it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
In fact, they do quite a lot, because by making things so accessible, giving massive discounts on their currency and things like that, being able to just get all the things that you want in the game by playing it, players just want to spend money on the game.
Yeah.
Because they want to support it, because they love the game so much. Not because
Sidebar, just imagine having a bathroom right behind you. I fucking wish. Like, imagine if I could just, like, straight up take a shower and just, like, watch something on stream. Or just straight up take a shower and have, like, chat give me 500 subs to maybe, like, you know, possibly. No, let me stop. Let me chill.
Because they feel like they need
It's a joke.
Imagine that. Imagine a world in which the players are not spending money on a game because they need to overcome some fabricated barrier that's put in place. And if they spend money, they're going to be able to get through it faster or get through it at all. No, instead, they're spending money because they actually want to support the game. They just are enjoying themselves and want to spend the money. Mind you, some of this is definitely driven by convenience, but the vast majority of players just love the game and want to support it.
For sure.
That's not to say that there aren't areas worth criticizing. I'm still not a fan of the fact of them having 12 to 72 hour crafting timers on weapons and warframes. That's crazy. It's just too much. I don't know what else to say about it. It's just too much. And also, there's a big limitation on the amount of weapon and warframe slots, inventory slots that are available early on for players. That's something that in general just needs to get fixed. But the thing is that the longer you play the game, the less those things become an issue, because you have so many other things that you're working on, leveling up, playing as, farming for.
They're fixing the crafting time as well? Wait, so are they changing the crafting time of thingy? Really? They did something about the slots after this video. Got you. Okay. Interesting. W them then. W them.
All these other things are building in the background that you really don't even notice it all that much. And while there's room for improvement, this is largely the most ethical live service game I've ever seen monetized. And I don't think any other game wants to try to compete on those terms. They definitely don't want to compete on their content. Warframe's first turning point came when the game released on Steam, which marked a critical success and provided the studio with the necessary resources to be able to continue to support and develop the game. Unlike competitive shooters that can maintain an audience with minimal updates, Warframe faced the challenge of sustaining interest in a PvE-centric game, which is far more difficult. To overcome this, Digital Extremes...
Sidebar, I am going to see if I could try the PvP tomorrow. Knight did give me his account. I want to say what it's like. If we could even get into a match. I kind of want to 1v1 the motherfucker to see if I'm him, if I got it like that. Just throwing that out there. They made it way shorter. Okay, maybe I'll look to see about getting Soulframe on this computer. It's on my old computer. I'll see if I can get it on this one.
Heavily leaned on the experienced development team who had weathered the storm through the toughest times and possessed the deep institutional knowledge that was necessary to make the game successful. If it wasn't for the fact that they held on to their employees when the game and the studio was facing its closure, they likely would have never been able to make the game the success that it is today.
Get the death counter crazy.
In the years following the game's release on Steam, Warframe saw a rapid expansion in content. The studio introduced clans, player hubs, a plethora of new weapons and warframes, and diverse gameplay elements like open world areas, vehicles, and space combat. But the most significant shift in the game's identity came with the release of The Second Dream, a cinematic quest that redefined Warframe as a game. This quest introduced fully voice-acted, high-quality...
Is this where the story starts to get good? Like, is this when I need to start paying attention? You're not going to get cues on Conclave? Am I not? Wait, so then maybe we got a 1v1 motherfuckers then. Like, maybe we do a private lobby, get a voice chat, see if I can shit on a little homie. You know what I'm saying? Yup. Okay. How far in the game is this? Like, how far into the game is this portion? Because I want to get to the point where the story gets good. Private lobby. It's so weird how, like, I'm not trying to be funny with you, but again, as someone who has played Destiny for thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of hours, it's so insane how, like, they had such similar issues, but the trajectory is just so different, right? Like Destiny 1/2. When you think about it, bro, these motherfuckers were like, it was up, then it was down, then it was up, and then it was down, and it was up, and they had a lot of the similar issues, and then like it was really peaked at one point, and then it's just been down, 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 down. But with Warframe, with the similar to almost same exact issues, like really seems to have done something that Destiny cannot do, and that's find a way to be successful and not fuck the players over. I will always find a way to shit on Destiny because it is the biggest waste of potential of all time, and Bungie should be completely ashamed of themselves. But Destiny narratively was fucking garbage. I have no time to tell you. I have no time to explain. The beginning of the game, the only good thing of Destiny 1 was the first raid, Vault of Glass. Everything else was fucking whack. Like it was laggy on consoles. Switching guns and PvP matches would take fucking 10 years on a 360 and a PS3. It was just fucking horrible. It was so fucking horrible. They fix it with Forsaken and then whatever. The point is that it's rough. If we rush, you could get in there 2 days if we rush progression. Okay, bet. Yeah. I think we're probably tomorrow. We're going to have a lot of time for Arknight's Enfield comes out. We're going to do a big Warframe stream. Big Warframe stream tomorrow.
Cinematic experience.
WoW PvP, I have little faith. Bro, WoW PvP is so different than an FPS, bro, or third-person shooter.
With intricate writing and storytelling that elevated the game from a compelling free-to-play title to a truly exceptional experience. No longer was Warframe just a free-to-play game. It was just a great game that happened to be free-to-play.
That's someone's head.
Digital Extremes continued to push boundaries with subsequent updates, including the new
How's
War
the Arcane grind? What's Arcane? What's that? Destiny 2 died for me the second they started charging you for dungeons. Charging you for dungeons, removing raids I paid for. That's when I said I gave up. I said, fuck this shit. I'm not playing this game anymore. I think I logged in once in the past 6 months, did a PvP match, and just logged off. I'm like, yeah, I'm good. What's your stream? Let me add you. I don't know. PM me on thingy. I actually don't even know.
I'll give you my walls in the upcoming major update, Warframe 1999. These expansions demonstrate a level of writing, character development, and cinematic quality that's typically associated with AAA blockbuster titles and reflect nothing.
Joey Badass, I think, has an album called 1999. Hold on a second. Joey Badass. This shit, of course, hold on a second. A little Easter egg right here. Joey Badass. Yup, 1990. Yup. Joey Badass, 1999. Survival Tactics. Christ Consciousness. What? Oh, no, Christ Consciousness was the other one. Survival Tactics. Where's it at? Righteous Minds. Yeah. Anything with the 1999 on it's going to be pretty fucking goated, except Reverse 1999, of course. But yeah, Joey Badass. Shout out to Joey fucking badass. Joey, I'm sorry.
Of what we've seen in typical free-to-play games. The studio's ambition to deliver high-end content remained evident with every release, further increasing the game's reputation among players.
Brother, what the motherfucker is sitting out here talking about Anthem? You could be fucking flying in space
both new
and shit.
And old. That's what's made the Warframe that we have today. One of the systems I was the most shocked by was at one point I unlocked what I can best describe as Sea of Thieves in space. You get a railjack, a fully customizable ship that you can upgrade. It has multiple weapons that are controlled by other players in co-op. You hire NPCs to manage the ship. You fight other ships. You can board other ships, steal other ships, and raid enemy bases.
Nah, it's fire.
The feature didn't land well on release, and it had its issues. What is available today is an absolute blast to play, and it feels like it's completely native to the game, and like it could have been there from the start.
That's sick.
In the landscape of live service and free-to-play games, many developers opt for the safe approach, focusing on incremental updates and minor changes rather than undertaking any significant overhaul. This safe strategy often results in steady, gradual improvements, but most major additions and transformative changes end up being locked behind paid expansions, premium content, and microtransactions. Typically, free-to-play games and live service games will introduce minor tweaks, seasonal updates, and limited time offers to try to keep players engaged.
Okay.
While Warframe does the exact same thing. They aren't strangers to making big splashes with major updates, and all the while, they're not charging the players a dime. Other games with standard offerings can sometimes refresh the experience and provide new incentives to be able to log in, but they rarely bring the wide sweeping changes that might significantly alter the gameplay or narrative, making the game overall feel more stale. I'll give kudos to games like Fortnite, who often radically change their map, put in new modes, and give more weight.
Fortnite's one of the greatest games of all time. I don't care. It's not for me, but it's one of the greatest games ever. Everything about that game is fundamentally free. Except the skins, and the skins don't fucking matter. So who cares, right? As you said earlier, yeah, no, exactly, and he's saying the same exact thing. That's the Warframe footage. Yeah, Kang, I thought it was Soulframe. It looked like Soulframe for a second. Same with GTA 5. Yeah, no, GTA 5, like, you could buy money and shit for online, but still, even then, like, you can play GTA 5 online without spending a fucking dollar and have a fantastic time. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, for sure. I can see what you're saying. GTA 5 also is a great story from what I've heard. I never played the story though.
Ways for players to be able to express themselves in games, like even creating their own games within Fortnite. However, the vast majority of games don't do this, and in combination with that lack of risk, they often let go of the developers that got them to where they are in the first place, ignoring the players that got them to where they are in the first place.
True.
And as a result, they hollow out their experience, leaving them with nowhere to go. There's too much focus on monetization, and it's leading to a disparity between the expectations of the player and the financial outlook of the developer. Today, we have developers that are understaffed, underpaid, under a lot of pressure, under-delivering to their audience, while for some odd reason, the company is still expecting more money. You have CEOs that are out there projecting growing profit without investing in growing content. And their expectation is because you're playing, then you must be paying, and I'm sick of it.
What up, Ryan? What up, baby?
Look, just recently I saw with Apex Legends, the big drama that cropped up around it, where basically, long story short, developer goes in and makes it where you can no longer earn the next battle pass by completing the last battle pass, where previously you were able to. And they made these changes, gaslighting the players, saying that it's because we're trying to deliver you guys a more valuable experience. We're doing...
No, they were funding Highguard. They were funding Highguard. Which, listen, man, who knows? The game might be good. We'll see what happens. But they were funding Highguard, bro. Yeah, look, okay, I'm going to give you a hot take. And again, this will probably, like, make a developer very upset. I think if you take away a fundamental feature that is not going to break the bank, such as Apex, and you can't come up with something else to monetize, I think it's a skill issue. I do. I think if you're a good developer, you treat your fans with respect, and you make something that is sought after enough, you'll be able to make money, if possibly even more. By you taking away the battle pass from players when it was free to obtain is going to incentivize people to not spend money and buy the battle pass. Because, like, why the fuck would I do that? It's a slap in the face. Obviously, there'll be some people who don't give a fuck and they'll still buy it, right? With real money. But it's realistically, like, just such a dumb move, like, that they don't think long-term or ahead. I don't care about developers' feelings. Just because you create something doesn't mean you aren't open to criticism. Yeah, exactly. You should tell Grums that. Grums is a fucking retard. Grums is a dumb dude who just wants to be famous and has not delivered on his video game and has the worst takes of all time. Grums is just not a good person. Like, he's not. I actually think it's a badge of honor being blocked by Grums. I do.
Because we're trying to grow the game and we're giving you guys more value. That's really what it is.
It's EA. What do you expect?
When anybody with any base level of intelligence can see how insulting it is to say something like that when it's so transparently not that. And they're not the only developer doing things like that. You see it across the board. So many developers that are making minor changes to their game, but all of their focus is on their monetization. How else they can shift and move things around to make it where they can make more money and you get less out of playing the game. And in that, the only thing that you're serving to do is make an audience that isn't loyal to you, that is just waiting, frothing at the mouth at the chance to be able to jump onto the next game and get as far away from you as they possibly can. Yep. Sure, they're playing your game right now. Sure, it's popular right now.
Long term.
That's because they don't really have another option, and there's nothing else right now that's that hot.
Yeah.
So once there is something that hot that comes out, you're done. That's it.
You're cooked, buddy. You fucking whack. Your shoes, whack. Your clothes, whack. Your game, it's whack. It's whack. It's whack. It's whack. I didn't need to do the Undertaker gong again.
Players are a valuable resource, and you need to value them. They provide you with everything that you need to be successful, both creatively and financially. And if you use them the appropriate way, you can be huge, you can be massive. And while that's not the truth for every single game, because every single game is different, they have a different audience, they have a different use case. Not everybody plays the same kind of games. When you value them, they keep you afloat. They help you grow. And in the case of Digital Extremes and Warframe, I don't think that there's another developer that's out there that appreciates their audience the same way or does the same things that Digital Extremes does with their audience.
Do you think this guy plays guitar, by the way? Or do you think it's just like for show? Like, you think he could bust out like Through the Fire and Flames by Dragon Force? Like, or do you think like it's just there for... No, he drums? Oh, okay. He does? He's a solid player? Huh. Okay. All right. Okay. I'm just saying. I gotta check him. No, I'm being a dick.
Except for Baby Larian Studios. Why did you guys have to go and create a community YouTube channel? And even more so, why am I not in it? I get it. Like, Luality and Co-Carnage are really cool, but like I made a lot of videos on Baldur's Gate.
Damn. I feel you, bro.
Man.
I feel you.
Initially, I had wondered how Warframe was able to hold on to such a consistent player base for so long. Regardless of good or bad updates, new games, or financial declines, their core audience has stayed rock solid for over a decade now. And in and of itself, that is a feat that very few games have accomplished.
Yeah.
It wasn't until I started streaming my experience over on Twitch, playing the game for the very first time, that I was exposed to the game's community. And in that, I noticed how positive they are. An eerily similar experience I had with Final Fantasy XIV, but altogether completely different. Many players have been playing the game since alpha. They've unlocked everything in the game, effectively beaten the game, logging thousands of hours. However, they are still logging in regularly, even daily. They are out there guiding new players and doing things that they've done thousands of times because they love the game that much. And I was curious where that comes from. Well, sure, the game has regular updates, new content, new weapons, and new warframes. I couldn't see how Warframe could become somebody's daily driver until I saw how Digital Extremes engages with their community. Oftentimes, developers lay silent between content releases and major updates. They put their head in the sand, they let a couple people go out and respond or repost on Twitter, and only come out of hibernation to make promotional content to drive up interest around the next big update or major change.
I fucking hate with a passion lack of transparency from a company. That's me, baby. Wait, are you there? Were you in this chat, Final Boss? Wait, where are you? Wait, were you in this chat, or is this your character? Is this your account? Wait, hold on. Oh shit, Afto's here. What the fuck? Yo, Afto's there? Wait, are you in here too? Caught? Yo, the guy's name is Final Boss. Wait, am I dumb? Where do y'all see that? Where do y'all see bro's name? Am I just silly? Am I just silly? Right there? So, I didn't know there was okay. Nah, homie, I'm the guy to help people. Oh, wait. All right, I don't know. The point is that I actually have no clue. I fucking hate you. The point is that I don't like when devs are not transparent and they're not active. It really is a pet peeve of mine. Like, genuinely,
in that time of silence, I think it makes it feel like updates are further apart than they actually are. Players aren't engaged, and when they aren't engaged, they lose interest. And DE makes it really hard for you not to feel engaged as they support their community like they're content creators rather than game developers.
Oh,
every single week awesome. They go live on YouTube and Twitch to do something they call...
Do they still do this? Do they still do this every week?
A dev short, where Steve Sinclair, the CEO of Digital Extremes, together with Rebecca Ford, the once community manager and now creative director of Warframe, just talk to the players for 15 minutes.
Wait. What days do they do this? Low-key, I kind of want to start watching these. Like, what days do they actually do this shit? It's their bread and butter? This should never end. That's so cool. It's like a TV show. It's like watching something every single Thursdays and Tuesdays. It's twice a week. Damn. It's today. Did we miss it? This is what I said. I wish Gotcha Dev pros player like Warframe devs. Their stream is a W. Yeah, I'll be honest with you. Just a communication. Like again, even if the game could be, the game could be in such a garbage spot while they're working on it to fix it. But if you have good communication and build a relationship with your community, they will absolutely stay fucking loyal. They will absolutely stay fucking loyal, bro. No other dev in the genre is doing this. I'll be real with that. I don't know if there's many devs that are doing shit like this just in general, straight up.
So questions. They tell them about things that they're working on. They joke around. They do this every week.
That's fire.
What other game studios give that kind of transparency to the players? What other game companies are that grounded to make sure that their CEO of all people is constantly in contact with the players? None. And that's not all they do. Every Wednesday and Thursday, they host Prime Time over on Twitch, and each of them have their own separate streams for English and Spanish, where the developers and community managers come out to play the game with the players.
Don't they stop?
Have you ever heard of anything more absurd than that?
Wait, what?
Developers actually playing their game and playing their game with players, with an audience up to 250,000 viewers, giving away skins.
Sorry, what? Excuse me? Excuse me? Oh, wow. Like, this is... Oh, okay. This is, like, low-key kind of common. Like, they average, like, 20,000 people a month. Holy shit. That's fucking insanity. That is... And they did their stream 15 minutes, 15 minutes. Wow. They had, like, 500,000 viewers every TinoCon. Dude, what the fuck? I never understood it, man. I never understood it, and I truly believe it was my bias from being a fucking disgruntled Bungie player. I do. I think it was my bias from being a disgruntled Bungie player. But now as I watch these videos, this is now I think the second video, they raid those viewers off to a creator. Oh shit. Wait, what the fuck? No, like, but like now that I've sat down and I'm watching these videos and I'm understanding how just attentive, like we're still early on to the game, but I could absolutely see why like they're killing it right now. I think they deserve all their success, man. I do.
Twitch drops, different items, premium currencies. They tell stories. They play trivia games with chat, and they show off different community art submissions. They are more involved with their community than I think any developer ever has been, and the fruits of their labor shine so brightly.
Yeah.
It shines in how positive their community is, how engaged they are, how well the game is developed and supported, how solid the monetization is. It's why they are allowed to take the risks with the games like they have, and even with future games in development like Soulframe. The players know that they're appreciated. They know that the developer is trying to achieve something, and they can tell that they truly love what they are doing.
Damn.
They can clearly see that these developers love their game, and it shows. Digital Extremes recognizes what many developers have slowly started to drift away from, that players are a part of your game, and without them, your game wouldn't be what it is. And in fact, for Warframe, that's literally true. In the early days of Warframe, movement is exactly what you would have expected the game to be. Just a over-the-shoulder, third-person shooter. It had sliding and running, but overall, the movement was slow. Players discovered an exploit where they called it Zoran coptering, where they could essentially fly across maps, sling themselves across maps, and complete missions in a fraction of the time.
Look at the graphics.
Instead of removing this, instead of standing against the players and changing something that the players were enjoying or doing, they recognized that the players were exploiting this because they were trying to avoid something that was actively ruining their experience. So Digital Extremes revamped the entire movement system for the game, reworking it from the ground up to be one of the most fluid movement systems in all of gaming. This video took a lot longer to record than I thought it would. It's already dark outside. You might actually end up hearing my cat chattering with another cat that shows up outside, this little orange cat. They just kind of talk through the window.
I love cats.
It's
That's
adorable.
fire.
Over the last few years,
Blizzard
I've
could
noticed the
never.
conversation that
Yo, bro, don't get me started on World of Warcraft Midnight. I have very mixed feelings right now. The dev that doesn't care about their game sounds familiar. No, deadass. I have very mixed feelings on World of Warcraft at the moment. I think TBC is pretty fucking sick. I mean, like the pre-patch, I've been having fun with my boosted character. Put fucking Midnight, bro. Holy shit.
popped up.
Don't get me
Between
started.
game developers
Don't get
and
me fucking
game
started,
journalists,
bro.
and they're talking about how cold and unfeeling and
I gotta take a piss after this.
how unsympathetic gamers are towards the plight of the industry, how some of these companies are failing, how games are failing, how companies are going out of business, how people are losing their jobs, and they are absolutely wrong.
Final boss, I love you. I appreciate you. Mama Rhodes. Mama Rhodes. I love you, brother. I appreciate you, man. Hope you have a good night, man. Hope you have a good night, brother.
Because at the end of the day, we are consumers. We're buying games, and if you do not make a game that we want to play and it wasn't worth our money and we wasted it on your game,
For sure.
you go out of business as a result of that, that's on you. You got what you got coming to you.
Yeah.
But it didn't used to be like that.
Why do players need to get the struggles about devs and make a fucking good game, do your job? Again, I could understand, like I gotta have empathy towards being harassed and horrible things like that, right? Like when Genshin devs were threatened to be unalive, that's horrible, right? That just crosses a horrible line, doxing, etc. But if I'm telling you, and even if it's in a mean way, hey, your game is fucking trash, and here's why, here's how to fix it. Again, I could empathize and put myself in the boots of this is my baby. I've created this baby. This is my favorite thing I've ever made, and you've just told me it's garbage, and now I feel personally attacked. I can empathize with that position. With that being said, as a professional, as a game designer, or whatever you're doing, you got to separate it, right? When people tell me to kill myself in Minecraft online, I don't take it personal. I used to. I kind of think of it as like, all right, they're talking about the guy on stream. They're not talking about me in life. And even if they are, 6'7", you know what it is? And so, obviously, two different things, but I think they're very similar in the same vein. So I could understand, but at the end of the day, if I'm paying you fucking money, like hundreds and hundreds of dollars, or even $60 in itself, and your game is garbage, you cut content, you didn't deliver on your stuff, then yeah, I'm going to fucking tell you you're garbage. Like, it is what it is. Until your game is trash. I'm sorry, I don't know.
And I think the reason why is because back, and this is something that's just kind of evolved over time, is that many of the companies that are out there right now, some of the biggest companies that are out there right now, came from humble beginnings, no different than Larian Studios or Digital Extremes or anyone else that's out there. But when they were smaller, they felt like they were one of us, because they were one of us. They were players that were making games because they wanted to make cool games for them to play and for other people to play. But as time went on and they got bigger and they made more money and they started selling out and literally selling out to other companies, what ended up happening is that conversation changed. That interaction that we used to have, that relationship that we used to have with the developers, that parasocial-like relationship that we had, started to disappear because they started talking to us through a veil of money. It was always apology letters and tweets that are just trying to manipulate.
Yo, Young, I appreciate the follow, brother. Welcome in. We're having a great day today, man. Thank you.
More than anything else. It's all gaslighting.
Again, I'm not trying to harp, but one of the things that happened with Destiny was it was with I believe it was PlayStation. I believe it was Sony. No, Activision. Was it Activision? Come for the YouTube. I appreciate you, my goat. Thank you. It was with Activision at the launch of Destiny 2. They created a fantastic DLC. It wasn't the Taken King. It was Forsaken. Fantastic DLC, possibly the best DLC they ever created, or the second best DLC. And it didn't live up to, it was Activision. Yes, they didn't live up to the company standards. So they bought themselves out of the contract, or they left. And like, we are now an independent studio. And everyone was, including myself, was super supportive. Microtransaction, I bought everything, bro. I spent too much money on Destiny. I spent too much time on Destiny. They dropped a DLC, Shadowlands, I think it was, maybe. It was after the good one. Pretty fucking mid. Honestly, did not deliver. Was low-key a little bit of a shithole. But people were charitable because they're like, hey, we're independent. We're doing things ourselves, yada, 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 whatever. But as time goes on and they kept missing the mark and not delivering and not delivering and not delivering, and things were just getting out of whack, and they're like, well, we're an independent company now. It's like, They used it as a crux for all of their downfalls as opposed to genuinely delivering consistently. And that's the problem. And maybe Warframe would have felt something similar if they didn't deliver, but they fucking did. So I guess we'll never know. But that shit is what fucking irked my soul. By the way, I appreciate the follow, brother. Thank you. That irked my soul when they used this thing as like, oh, we're independent, we're trying and shit. And it's like, brother, your game has consistently been garbage for a year to 2 years and then good for 6 months and back to trash. You did it when you were under a corporation. You did it when you were solo. You did it when you're under Sony. You guys just fucking suck. I'm sorry. You're fucking garbage and you don't know what people want. And that's just the fucking truth. And a lot of people, including myself, I feel like I got played by that fucking company. I really did. Like, I am a disgruntled Destiny player. The dev that doesn't care about the game. Yeah, exactly. They wanted to know that it's a lot. Yeah, I guess they'll never know. Same with Blizzard. I don't have as much experience with Blizzard, but Blizzard seems to be pretty fucking shit too. They should sponsor me though. I'm playing World of Warcraft.
To help us. You're not trying to do anything for us. You're just trying to make money. And to be honest with you, it's cowardice. It's so disgusting.
Yeah.
Like, if you just want to make money, go make money, dog.
Exactly.
Say you're doing it for it. I'd almost have more respect for a company
100%.
that just laid their nuts out on the table and said, we're doing it because we want your money. Rather than trying to paint it in these colors.
This current corporate world, you make a cool product, software, game, someone who smells money comes to buy it with a lucrative offer and the product exists for the purpose of, yeah, pretty much. Just about making money.
To try to make it feel like they're our friends and really this is all just for you guys. That's not what it is. I think there's a lot to learn from a company like Digital Extremes, especially in the way that they stay connected with their audience. That level of connection brings in insane levels of endearment where the people that are playing the game just genuinely love the work that the people are doing because they like the people too. They like both things at the exact same time, and that's an awesome thing to have. My cat is freaking out right now.
Oh, not the cat.
That's an awesome thing to have because players at the end of the day do want to be appreciated. We want to be heard. And the more we're heard and the more we're appreciated and the more that the game is actually worth our time and money, the more likely we are to continue to invest in that game and invest in future things that you do. However, the vast majority of the industry is really doing nothing other than creating unloyal fan bases. Sure, your game might be doing okay now, but the minute that somebody else comes by, like Digital Extremes or something like that, that does the same things that they do, or better, your audience is gone. I think there's a lot to learn from this. I really do. That's the whole reason I make these wake-up call videos in the first place, is because I think there is a lot to learn from some of the best studios that are on the market, some of the best games that are on the market. And there's a ton of them. There is.
Yeah.
And I plan on doing a ton of these videos because they're a lighthouse, an opportunity for those who have drifted too far away to finally see the light, come back to land, touch grass, and find out what players like, what players really want, and how to talk to players again. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys for watching it this long. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. If you like the video and want more people to see it, throw a like on the video. Follow me on Twitch if you guys want to see me play Warframe or other games and talk about video game news and all that good stuff. Outside of that,
I'm actually not subbed to him. It's a little disrespectful. Yeah, I think it's a fantastic video. Genuinely a fantastic video. W Warframe. We're about to play it right now, actually.